ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Q&A time episode 4. My name is Igor, and so we're going to start off. First thing I want to say, I do want to say a couple of things. Thanks to everybody else who has liked the Facebook page and followed me on Twitter. If you haven't yet, I highly suggest you do so, because I actually had a question somebody asked me on Facebook, so I'll be answering that today. And another thing too is basically what had happened, if you are following my Facebook, you kind of got the lowdown. Was I was in the middle of recording it the first time and they decided to restart the server and shut down, so I had to stop recording and yada yada, so on and so forth. And then they gave out Christmas presents, which I'll show you when I get back to my settlement, and they gave you a Christmas stocking which you could hang on a stove and open it and so on and so forth. Well, I had acquired a chief's headdress by opening this stocking, in which I now have acquired by trading. I have the entire nobleman's outfit, and I got all the pumpkin masks, and we traded for a bunch of stuff, so that was really cool. So that's kind of stuff is what I post on Facebook, and updates about my videos and when I'm going to post videos and what I'm working on, and I even let you guys give me some suggestions, so definitely check that out. I'll put a link in the description down below for both. So yeah, without further ado, let's get this thing rolling here, because I'm sure you don't want to listen to me talk for 20 minutes. So the first question comes from Ross2021 on YouTube, and he says, "Smelting, how to get a lime boulder? Every time I get what I think is a lime node, I only get rock. And number 2, how smelting works." So basically I'm just going to run you through basically how to make iron. It's not too difficult, but first thing is first. We have to go to our lime node. Now, the lime nodes look like this in-game. They actually look like this whitish, brownish gold color. And on the map, well, there's a bunch of rabbits in my way, so we're going to have some fun with these rabbits. So give me just a second. I'm going to go clear these rabbits out. Well, you can kind of see there. That's what the lime looks like, is actually this big white spot on the map. Where rock is gray. I'd show you rock. Rock is like this color. It's like this grayish weird color. So lime is white and rock is gray. So that's how you know that you found a lime node on the map. So how do you get lime? Well, I'm going to show you, obviously. So having a shovel equipped is your best option. I mean, I don't really think it matters a whole lot, but the other thing you do have to have, you actually have to have quarrying. That is essential. So when I go down to quarrying, and quarrying there, if you look at the bottom of the list, quarrying allows you to hew boulders from the mountainous regions of the world for use in many building projects. And that is true. Lime is useful for everything. So what we do is I got my shovel equipped, and I'm going to go ahead and hit my dig button, and you just click on the lime somewhere where it'll let you dig. There we go. And it gives you this little 5%, goes at 5%. It does take a minute, but as you're digging, you will get, in 3, 2, 1, a lime boulder, and this is what the lime boulders look like. Now, to get lime out of this boulder, what you do is, well, for the sake of time, I'm going to equip my pickaxe, and I'm going to chip this stone up here. And I'm going to do this twice because I only need 8 lime, and I'll tell you why in a second. So once we get done and yada yada, so on and so forth, okay, there we go. You only get 5 lime per boulder. So you actually have to keep digging, which this was a relatively flat lime pit when I first started, but now it is, well, rather dug down. So at any rate, if you are digging in, you're getting something out of rock, or you think it's lime, and you're like, oh, I found lime, but I'm getting rock. And well, first of all, in order to dig lime, you need quarrying. So if you find a lime spot and you try and dig, well, it's not going to make much of a difference, because you can't actually dig lime unless you have quarrying. So I would definitely recommend you get quarrying first. So now that we have 10 lime, I'm going to start heading back down to my settlement. Let's just speed this up a little bit. Turn on some wander mode. And we're going to head back down, which should only take me just a second. But once we get back down there, I'm going to explain how smelting works. So basically, in summation, if you find a white spot on the map, and it looks like that white color with like brownish lines going through it, that is a lime pit. So I would definitely get quarrying, settle near it. I mean, you got to be near a lime. It's essential for settling, more or less. And the reason why is because lime is useful in building projects. Obviously, you need lime for building walls. You need lime for fertilizers. You need lime for smelting. It's really useful for everything. So definitely a piece of advice would be find a spot with lime near it, within walking distance at least. So we're almost back to my settlement, and I'm going to show you the second part of your question is how does smelting work? So I'm going to go over here and try and do this in a timely fashion. Sorry this is taking forever to walk back, but usually I don't record this part, but I figured I'll just give you guys some good long video because I haven't done one in a while. By the way, happy holidays for all of you. Hopefully you guys had a good Christmas. Belated Merry Christmas, and hopefully you guys have a Happy New Year. So back to our question at hand. So now that we have our lime, how does smelting work? Well, first you need to build a smelter, which is this big thing right here. For those of you who have not seen my smelting video, which if you look in my list of many videos, you will find my smelting video, but you have to actually build a smelter. The smelter requires all this stuff: 20 bricks, 35 stone, 3 iron bars, 5 boards, 2 nails, and 10 hay. So yeah, it is quite a costly operation. So I would definitely say you're going to need to save up. You're probably going to have to spend some money to get your first smelter going. But once you do have it going, we will fill it up. So if you actually look on the wiki, which I'll probably show you here in just a little while, if you look on the wiki, you can find in the smelting section, it will tell you the ratios of ore to lime that you have to use. The ideal ratio that you have to use, and this is what I use, so I just would recommend everybody does, is you need 8 lime. So we're going to put 8 lime in here, and you fill the rest up with ore. Now this is a stamp mill. I built this so that it would save me the trouble of having to chip ore manually. So we're just going to fill up my inventory and go back over here, fill that. I need 5 more. Okay, so now let's fill this up and go get some coal. You need coal. So you need coaling. Yeah, that's another thing you need. You need coaling to smelt. And look at that. Inspirational there. So yeah, once you get coaling, once you have smelting, you're going to need smelting, coaling, quarrying. You need all that stuff just to make iron bars. So once we do that, just fill this thing up with coal all the way to 100%. I'm at 73. So I only should need a few more pieces. And let's go with 5. I think 5 should do it. So we're going to fill this up. Oh, there we go. And yes, it was 4 that I needed. So now that we have our ore smelter filled with, let's see, 5, 10, 15, 17. That was it, 17 ore and 8 lime. Now the ratio, like I said, I'll show you, is like, I think it's, you have a 70% chance to get 2 bars and like a 20% chance to get 1 bar, so on and so forth. The list goes on. So now we need to light it. Well, first thing we have to do, or well, I have to do, and I'm going to log on to my torch alt, because I just have an alt character, just a newbie character that I have just logged out in my settlement for just the sole purpose of lighting things on fire. And I would recommend everybody do that if you're kind of hermiting, because it takes forever. So we're going to log on to my torch alt here, which I'm sure for all of you who have been following me for a long time have probably seen me log on to my torch alt. Okay, so now that we're on, I'm going to go use the torch. Actually, what I might do, I'm going to fill my little fireplace there. And okay, 10 branches fills a fireplace. So you go over to the fireplace, which hopefully you guys can see this happening. I'm on another screen here, so I can't really tell, but okay. So now let's go back. Yes, okay, so yeah, there's my alt character, it's my torch alt. So once we do that, you're going to light up the fire, so that just in case I need it later, I can light another torch off of it. So we're going to light this up, and there you go. That's it. Once that is lit, you are good to go. I will have iron bars in 40 minutes. It takes 40 minutes for the smelter to finish. So in summation, what did we do? I had to go get lime, and lime takes quarrying. So you're going to need quarrying, which is 2,000 mines and mountains and 1,200 natural philosophy. You have to lay down coal clamps to get coal, and those take 3 days to finish. So if you're going to do this and you're starting and you don't have any of these skills, I'd recommend getting coaling first so that you don't have an issue. You know, you'll actually have coal by the time you're ready. So coaling is 1,000 frontier and wilderness, 700 mines and mountains, 1,800 sparks and embers, and 700 natural philosophy, and that will give you the ability to make these coal clamps. Next thing you're going to need, you're probably going to need mining, mainly because you can't, I mean, you're going to need a mine node, you're going to need ore, you're going to need the whole 9 yards. So you got to get mining, which is 1,500 mines and mountains, 2,000 sparks and embers, and 2,000 natural philosophy. And then last but not least is I think you are going to need, where's that? Once I find it here. I don't remember. I thought it was just smelting. Maybe not. Well, you're going to need prospecting too. Prospecting lets you find a mine node, which is 2,000 frontier and wilderness, 1,500 mines and mountains, and 1,200 natural philosophy. And man, I cannot remember what skill for ore smelters was, and I don't know why I'm drawing a blank so bad. Blacksmithing, that just basically allows you to turn bars into nails and so on and so forth. So not a huge requirement just to get iron bars, but you definitely need it to do anything. And I actually believe they did change it, so now you need blacksmithing to get locksmithing if you want to lock up your settlement. So definitely a requirement. Still looking for the skill that gives smelting that I can't seem to find. And if I can't, well, look it up on the wiki, or I'll look it up on the wiki in the next part of this video that I'm about to show you. But let's see, quarrying, self-defense, settling, sewing, simple cooking, small game hunting, tanning, trespassing. You know what, I don't know where it is. Maybe they either changed it, or maybe it goes with mining. That might be it. I believe it's with one of the other skills, and I can't remember which one it is, but I think it's with another skill that you actually get to build ore smelters. But at any rate, yeah, I mean, like I said, you can find everything on the wiki, but I'm a little bit rusty on the older skills. I need to start doing tutorials again. But at the moment, we are going to say, yeah, so you need the smelting skill. I don't know. So yeah. Basically, we had to get lime, we had to get ore, we had to get coal, and then you put it all in this little thing here and then light it up. And that's basically how you smelt and how you get iron bars. So that's it for this question. I'm actually going to switch out, and I'm going to answer another question that somebody asked on Facebook. So Aaron Olson asks, let's see. Aaron Olson asks, where is the best place to go for reference information on Salem, i.e. to answer the questions like which food is best for yellow bile, what inspirationals give mines and mountains, etc., etc. So we're going to switch out from Salem here, and we're going to just go to my desktop. Okay, so now that we're back on my desktop and out of the game, I can show you where the best place to go to find all the information and knowledge that you need. So without further ado, I have the 3 most popular ones that I use already basically bookmarked, but to show you, the first thing you're going to want to do is you go to salemwiki.info, and here it is. This is the Salem Wikipedia, and what you can do here is you can actually look up lots of different things about all sorts of whatever you want to know about, honestly. Like for instance, you had asked mines and mountains, so we'll type in mines and mountains in the search bar, and it'll take a second to load, or not, search, and you'll end up with some Google ads and stuff like that, but you go scroll down and you'll see mines and mountains. Now you see everything that mines and mountains requires: foraging, hiking, coaling, essential mineralogy, coffer making, yada yada, the whole 9 yards, and it tells you everything that gives you mines and mountains. So these are all links that you can click on. So for instance, if you want to know, well, this mineralogical survey, how do I make this? Well, click on the link and bam, there it is. It tells you need 1 clay, 1 flint, 1 lime, and 1 coarse salt, and that will give you a mineralogical whatever, I give up, survey, and it gives you 1750 Mines and Mountains, 1200 Sparks and Embers, 1200 Sugar and Spice, 900 Natural Philosophy, and the list goes on. So you can basically find out anything that you need to know here, and if you go to, like, let's say in the gameplay, Farming and Agriculture, you can click on that, and it will tell you everything that Farming and Agriculture gives you, what it takes, what it requires right here. This is what it gives you. It unlocks cabbage growing, cotton planting, 3 field system, and gardening. It unlocks these crafts. It builds, you can build a farmer's house, you can till field and build a compost bin, and it unlocks the ear of oats, ear of rye, so on and so forth, that you can harvest. So this page has everything that you need to know about farming and how to get your tiers up, how to get your tiers up to, you know, the 4th tier, your 3rd tier. You know, what fields take from what bars and give to what bars, so on and so forth. It's just a really good knowledge tool that I suggest everybody use to their advantage. The other one that's a really good one is the actual forum, which is forum.salemthegame.com. And it'll take you to the forum, and you can actually log into this forum using your account, you know, your in-game account. And what you can do is you go to this little help section, and you'll see tons of people are asking tons of questions. You know, stalls, where, what, how, and why. I can't log on to my character. There's another one up here for useful links and such. And 7 Lists' Guide to the New World, which I actually did a video series covering most of that. And just a bunch of other stuff. So there's a lot of info out there that you guys can get if you ever need to know anything. So I highly suggest you use these 2 tools as well as the IRC. But that's kind of more of a if you like to chat type of thing. So yeah, you can use the forums, you can ask questions, you know, you can do tons of stuff. So that's basically where to go for reference and information and so on and so forth. So I mean, I don't really know much else to say about that. I mean, if you do have any questions on tutorials, if I haven't done one yet, that's what I do the Q&As for. So you can just let me know in the Q&A, or just search it in YouTube or look through my channel. I'm sure you could probably find something. So that's it for that one, and we're going to move on to the next question here, which comes from a very popular person who always is asking me questions. Comes from Waterblade Ninja on YouTube, and they ask, Igor, how do you join a village and how does it work? Well, joining a village, basically what you have to do is you have to either go on the forums, like I just showed you, and find somebody who is looking for somebody to play in a village, or you actually have to basically ask the mayor of the village, or whoever has rights that they can invite you. Now, this character I have here is actually the character that I invite all of you to come play with me on. It's kind of like an alt character. I play on this account, and I actually play at the reservation with, basically, yeah, I play it, it's the MM Tribes reservation, and I'm basically playing here to train new players. If you have questions, or if you just want to come play the game with me, you are more than welcome to come down here and play the game. And no, contrary to most popular belief, you will not die. At least not under my watch, and if you do, or if somebody does attack you or anything like that, at least I have been pretty much promised protection, and anybody who plays with me is already on the good side, and so on and so forth. So this is basically the little village I've kind of been running, and getting people to come play and teaching people how to play and stuff like that. So if you do want to play, you know, make an alt character if you want, and you can just, you know, if you want to play and you want to, you know, ask me questions, or you just want to play the game with me, just shoot me a message on YouTube and I'll let you know what my hearth secret is, and you can make a new character and come down and join me. I'll be making a video on more of the extent of the knowledge and how to get here and all that stuff soon, but for the most part, that's how you join a village. It's really nothing more than finding somebody who's in a village that has permissions that can invite you to their village. Now, what benefits do you get from being in a village? Well, number one, you get a huge claim that you can mess with. When I'll show you the village claim here, turn on town claims, or not. Turn on town claims. Yeah, the town claim for the reservation is massive, and you do this by building. You can build. What do they call? They're like stone posts that allow you to extend the size of your village. So you can make it huge if you want, or you can just keep it a normal, decent size. But that's one of the benefits you actually get from being in a village. The second benefit you get from being in a village is, opposed to the contrary, opposed to the normal chat that everybody knows about, which is area chat, you actually get this little new one called village chat. Now what the village chat is you can actually chat with people as if, you know, your other villagers, as if you were in a chat room. You don't have to be near them. You don't have to be in a private message with them. You don't have to be, you don't even have to be near them. You know, you could be in Boston and they could be at their village and you guys can still talk. It's like a big chat room. So that's how a village works. There's really nothing super special about it. I did want to let you guys know, though, that if you do want to come play the game with me and you want to experience some stuff, or you just want to help me out, or you want to ask me some questions, feel free to message me on YouTube and I'll let you know what my hearth secret is. You can make a new character and I will show you how to get here. It's really simple. It's like 4 minutes from Boston, but like I said, I'll make a new video about it soon. But opposed from that, I mean, there's really nothing else about a village that, I mean, really is that exciting. I mean, if you're a mayor of a village, there are other responsibilities that you have to do, like you have to pay the town bell, you got to put silver in it so that it doesn't disappear, and so that your village claim still works, and there's a big list of things. I've never ran a village just because, honestly, I don't get a whole lot of time to play, so I can't really do much. But what I did want to show you, the last thing I wanted to show you here, is you can actually see these hilarious little boots that I'm wearing that look like Santa boots. This is the present that you got in, if you made the account before like December 21st or something like that, you were given this Christmas stocking. And what you do with this Christmas stocking is you put it on your, you have to have a stove in a house. You hold the Christmas stocking with your left and right clicking on the stove, and it puts the Christmas stocking on the stove. Now, you're only allowed one Christmas stocking per claim, I believe. I believe it's per claim. So if you're in a village, if you use the one stove in their village, that's it. You have to find another stove, unfortunately. But once you do find it, or if you're hermiting and you want to do it, you just do that, and then you right-click and select Take, or you can right-click and select Open, and it'll give you, usually what I got from all of mine was a mystery box and a game board out of those two. So that was kind of cool. That's how I got, you know, the cool gear. I ended up getting a chief's headdress by just being strictly lucky, I guess. So that's really all there is to a village. I did want to cover one more thing for you guys that really wasn't a question that was asked, so I can't really answer it, but what I do want to show you is I had somebody mention wanting to know how to level land. I think it was in my last Q&A video someone had made mention of it. So I'm going to show you, well maybe, no, you know what, I'm not going to show you. I'm going to show you on Igor because I do not have my shovel. So we're going to log on to my main account and I'm going to wait for it to load here, okay. And then I'm going to show you how to level a land. And I know the Gamer Zach, which if you guys have been watching me for long enough, you know who Gamer Zach is, but he did a video on how to level land properly, so I'm just going to kind of touch on it, but you can go watch his video and he goes a little bit more in detail about it. So first thing you need to have is you need to have Ender's Client. That is a must. You can't level land without it. It's literally almost impossible. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to equip my trusty shovel right here, and we're gonna open up the leveling tool, which is Control L on the Ender's Client, and you won't be able to move your character anymore, but you can now select these cool colored areas of the map. So let's say I just want this area right here. You hit Control L again, or the release button, and that will allow you to move around and you still get this cool little grid. So you hit your dig button, which I have conveniently clicked on number 3. And what you want to do is you want to get part of this land level. To do so, what you do is you hold Control and left click. Control, left click. Or not. Why is this not working? Okay, well, I guess we'll do this manually. But, okay, so one there. Basically what you want to look for is you want to look for the same color. That was one there. And it'll actually look level, you'll be able to tell. I think it's 2, and then it'll probably be another 2. I might have went down too far. So, yes, I went down 1 too far. So what you do now, like let's say you got it kind of screwed up like this, if you hold Shift and right click just once, it'll only add 1 tile. It won't dump all your soil, it'll only add 1 piece. So then you do this, and right there is level. I mean, you can pretty well see that that's level. If you are not sure if it's level or not, what you can do is click the grab button again. You click on that square and it'll tell you area is flat. Now if I click over here, it's going to say area isn't flat. This area is flat. So now that we have a flat piece, what we can do is we can hold control now and left click, and what it will do, what control does, is it will level the land to the nearest square that's level. So I got that leveled there, and we're going to level this piece. Now you got this piece right here and this piece which is lower, but they're still on the same, this line right here is still on the same level, it looks like. So what we do here is we hold control and right click, and that will bring the land exactly level with the other squares. Control right click and brings the land exactly level. So it's all basically control and shift clicking. Like I'm control left clicking here to level it, control left click, and once it gets level here, I'll probably have to level this one. Yep, I'll level this one and some more, one tile, level this one some more, one tile. Now that everything is level, what you can do is you can actually control right click and it will level it out again. So that's really the simplest way to level land. It's really not too complicated. Just control and shift are your biggest friends when you are leveling. So if you want to dump all your dirt in one spot, you just right click on the land anywhere and it will dump the whole pile. So hopefully that kind of helps leveling land. Like I said, Gamer Zach has a whole video on leveling land that probably will explain it a little bit better than I can. This video might not be as good as my other ones. I have started coming down with the winter cold sickness, so I probably might not sound right, and I'm a little out of it, but for the most part, I hope this video helps you out. Once again, if you like what I do, you want to follow me around, you want to experience what I do and what I say, and updates of videos and when I'm making them, and so on and so forth, you can like me on Facebook. I'll put the link down below, or follow me on Twitter, either or. At the moment I don't use Twitter a whole lot because I don't have a whole lot of followers, so it's a little bit more of a time taker. But for the most part, that's it. I mean, I don't really have any other questions to answer. If you guys have any more questions, feel free, post in the comment section down below. Also, if you add me on Facebook, you can ask questions there. So, with that said, hopefully this helped you guys out at least a decent amount, and as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.